Okay. Roy, first kid, ask how Robbie is. He's obviously going through a real tough time personally.
No, you'll have to ask him. No, I don't really know the ins and outs, but no, obviously he's trained today, been professional as you'd expect, and no, as far as we're concerned, Robbie's obviously trying to focus on the game, of course.
Is it a sign of what a professional he is that he's straight back out here for his country?
You'll have to ask him. You'll have to speak to Robbie about that.
How's everyone fitness-wise, Roy?
Okay, well obviously Harry's out of the squad. Harry's gone back to England. Had I think it was a hip problem, so he's not coming back. Other than that, I think everyone looks okay.
John's calf is okay?
Yeah, he's took obviously full part in training today, and yeah, it looks okay.
Robbie's had a groin issue for the last while as well, Roy. Is that okay? Is it? Or?
Yeah, well, he's trained today. Again, not ideal with his match time, the minutes he's had. I think he's had one full game in the last couple of months, which is not ideal, but you know, when the players turn up, there'll always be issues with one or two lads carrying knocks or getting up to speed with their fitness. But Robbie's obviously trained today, and it's not ideal, but what can you do? There's not much we can do about it, but I think his fitness is fine in terms of his injury, but of course he's lacking match fitness.
Would you say,
Roy, not much we can do about it.
Would you say the decision about Robbie is one of the key decisions that Martin has to make between now and
I think there's a lot of key decisions to be made. Obviously that's what we're here for, that's what obviously the manager's paid for. People keep talking the game up, it's a big game, we know that, but obviously Martin's experienced, and you know, hopefully we pick the right starting 11. There's lots of stuff to look at, like as I said, players carrying injuries, Robbie's lack of match sharpness, so it's just about making the calculated decision, hopefully that we get right.
He was dropped for the game in Glasgow. That was a big call, obviously. He was Ireland captain and leading goal scorer.
I wouldn't say he was dropped. I don't know. I wouldn't use that word drop. No, it was, you know, horses for courses. You play certain players on certain days, and no, I wouldn't say Robbie was dropped. No.
Would you consider the fact that he is our leading goal scorer, and considering that he's struggling with fitness now, would you think it's better to start him against Scotland?
You have to speak to the manager.
Yeah, but in your own view, considering like,
I think if Robbie starts, he won't let us down. Whoever starts the game won't let us down. We've got good competition. Murph's doing well, McGowan, Drake, Long. It's good competition up front. And as I said, we'll see over the next 24 hours that there's no reaction to Robbie's. Obviously, he played a weekend, a bit of travelling. No reaction to yesterday. Today was, you know, a bit more intense for him. And obviously the manager's got a decision to be made. And if Robbie plays like he's always done over 100 and odd times, he won't let us down.
Would you agree it's the key game in the group?
Well, the next game is always the most important one. That's what we're focusing on it, and yeah, it's an important game.
And what do we need to do differently from Glasgow?
Score.
Apart from that,
keep a clean sheet.
Is there still
would a draw be enough?
Score and keep a clean sheet.
Is the hype around?
Be a draw, would it?
Is there still an element of disappointment and frustration from that night 7 months ago?
Yeah, well, obviously the players, you know. Yeah, you're always disappointed when you lose any game of football. But the beauty of this game is always a chance to make up for it. And with the group we're in, it's going to be fairly tight. It's a chance for us to put it right, and that's what we'll try and do on Saturday.
You've been involved in high-pressure situations as a player, but as a manager and coach as well. Where would this rank in your coaching career so far?
Well, it's high up there because it's the next one. The next game's always the most important one, and we know what's at stake, you know, but we're not daft, you know. We've been in the game long enough to know what, you know, games that are very important in the group, and this is really important. So no, we're ready for it, just like like the last game.
And players thrive on pressure, don't they? Have you got enough of those players in this
group
of players to get you through?
Experienced group of players. You mentioned Roy Keane, John O'Shea, Shea Gibbon, vast experience lads in the group. Glenn Whelan. You know, these boys know the score. You know, they've been around the block a few times, like Martin and myself and Seamus and Wally and Gups. We're not daft, you know. We know what's at stake, but we're ready. Pressure's part of the game. These are the games you look forward to. Absolutely. You know, we had a couple of friendlies last week, the North and England, and well and good, and they were decent games for us. But that was like the foreplay. You know, the action starts on Saturday.
What happens though if it doesn't come off?
Sorry?
What happens though if it doesn't come off?
We'll have that conversation. We'll have that conversation. I'll probably see you Saturday night. You'll be looking for us, won't you?
Roy, just the England game itself. It must have taken a bit of heart how the defence performed against England that day.
Yeah, I think generally it was a good attitude from the group of players. It was a decent friendly as it goes, but this is the real stuff on Saturday. You know, it'll be more of an edge, obviously, even much better atmosphere. People talk about the pressure. Pressure's part of the game. It's not a problem. You know, if the pressure's a problem to you, then wrong game. So no, as I said, the manager, vastly experienced manager we have, just like Scotland have, and they'll be like ourselves. No doubt they'll be ready for it.
From your own experience as a player, Roy, do players get bogged down looking at the tables, positions, points, all that kind of thing? Do you worry about it?
I don't worry about it. As I said, we just look at the way the players have trained the last week or so. And
when you're a player yourself, did you look at all that
stuff? I don't think so. I'm sure I was aware of it. Obviously, you can't get away from it. But I think hopefully we see the strength in the group. And what I used to try and do as a player, just try and focus on the next game, try and get the right result. And all tables and whatever, it's like when you're at your club, it takes care of itself. And we just have to get some good results. If we don't get good results, then we obviously won't go very far.
Does it help the fact that two nations know each other so well?
Helped in what way?
Well, is the British mentality about the whole thing?
We probably saw that in the first game, yeah. And, a lot of lads would know each other, and manager and staff, and that can make it from maybe a cagey game, and which it probably was up in Scotland. But if it's cagey on Saturday and we win the game, the cagey's fine by me.
When we were talking to Aidan McGeady last week, he was of the opinion that the players haven't quite managed to reproduce their training form in matches. Is that something that you agree with?
No, I think we've done okay. As I said, I would never... Listen, I've worked with players before. We've been brilliant on the training ground. Again, we know that you're judging what you're doing on a match day, but I think that would be a bit harsh on the players here, that they perform really well in training, not in the games. I wouldn't agree with that. But yeah, there is elements. I've worked with players all throughout my career who are very, very good, obviously, on the training ground. For some reason, playing in front of big crowds or big occasions, it doesn't quite happen. So I think that won't be a problem for our players in terms of the atmosphere. And we just mentioned about 5 minutes earlier, we got players with vast experience. Shea Given, John O'Shea, Robbie, Glenn Whelan. Keep mentioning the same players, but these lads, they've been in loads of these situations at club level and international level. They've played in big tournaments, they've played in big games at club level. I don't think that would be an issue. We just obviously hope we can perform and produce that bit of quality when it's needed.
And the fact you've got key players returning, though, that you didn't have available for selection in Glasgow must be a bonus too.
Well, time will tell. Yeah, we were missing 1 or 2 players, but the nature of football, you will go into games missing some players. We've lost Harry the last 1 or 2 days. We didn't expect that. But you roll your sleeves up and get on with it. There's other lads, I'm sure, who'll come in and do a very good job for us. And we also have 1 or 2 young, hungry players, the Robbie Brady of this world, and the Seamus Colemans. They're young, hungry players doing really well in England. And it's another chance for them to perform on the big stage, and Saturday is a big stage. But these lads, these lads will be ready for it.
So how do you rate the job that Gordon Strachan has done with Scotland?
Well, I think you'll have a better idea at the end of the campaign.
So far in the time he's taken,
I think you'll have a better idea at the end of the campaign.
Crowd a big factor on Saturday, Roy.
Yeah. I think the atmosphere in Scotland was really good. I think their fans were fantastic, and ours obviously made a good effort. But when you lose the game, they probably had a bit more upbeat, shall we say. But again, if you think I'm concerned about the atmosphere coming up for the game on Saturday, I think that'll take care of itself. I'm sure the Irish fans will be fantastic, get right behind the players, and hopefully we'll give them something to shout about.
Is there a balance between respecting the Scots and getting the lads out in the pitch, knowing that and feeling that they're better than them and they can beat them?
You have to respect every team you're playing, and we know if we can perform and in crucial moments put the right ball in, or like in the last game, obviously if you don't score, it's very hard to win any game. But you respect every team you're playing. But we've got some good players. Scotland have. I don't think there's much between us. So hopefully on the day we'll have 1 or 2 players who'll produce that bit of quality, or sometimes a bit of luck. That would be okay as well.
Do you think there's another gear, Roy, beyond what we've seen so far in the campaign?
We hope so. You always think that in football. You always think there's areas to improve on, even if you get a good result. And as I said, the mixture we have with some senior, experienced players, and obviously young players like Seamus and Robbie and these guys, Jeff Hendricks of this world, hopefully they'll step up and do the business.